The ice doesn't just preserve history, it hides it. For thousands of years, frozen landscapes around the world have trapped things that were never meant to be seen again. Perfectly preserved animals, ancient viruses still capable of coming back to life, and even strange phenomena that look almost impossible. As the ice begins to melt, more of these discoveries are being revealed, and some of them are far more shocking than anyone expected. Here are 4 things found frozen in ice that shocked scientists. In the frozen regions of Siberia, scientists made an incredible discovery hidden beneath layers of permafrost. They uncovered the perfectly preserved bodies of ancient cave lion cubs. These animals lived during the Ice Age, more than 10,000 years ago, yet their bodies remained almost completely intact. Unlike most fossils, which are reduced to bones, these cubs still had fur, skin, and even facial features preserved. It was as if they had only recently fallen asleep. Researchers believe the cubs were likely trapped in a sudden event, possibly a landslide or collapse, which quickly buried and froze them. Because of the extreme cold, decomposition was slowed almost completely. This level of preservation gave scientists a rare opportunity to study an extinct species in extraordinary detail. They were able to examine muscle structure, fur patterns, and even potential causes of death. Discoveries like this are extremely rare and provide valuable insight into life during the Ice Age, but they also raise an interesting question. How many more ancient creatures are still hidden beneath the ice, waiting to be discovered? In Canada's Yukon region, miners working in frozen ground uncovered something unexpected. Buried within the permafrost was the remarkably preserved body of a young wolf pup. This animal lived over 50,000 years ago, making it one of the oldest and most complete specimens of its kind ever found. What made the discovery so extraordinary was its condition. The pup still had fur, skin, teeth, and even soft tissues intact. Scientists named the pup Zur, and studies revealed that it was only a few weeks old at the time of its death. Analysis suggested that the animal likely died suddenly, possibly when its stem collapsed. Because it was quickly frozen, its body remained protected from decay for tens of thousands of years. Researchers were able to study not only its physical structure, but also clues about its environment and diet. Findings like this help scientists better understand how ancient animals lived and survived during the Ice Age. And once again, it shows how the frozen ground can preserve history in ways that feel almost impossible. Deep beneath the frozen ground of Siberia, scientists have discovered something both fascinating and potentially dangerous. Hidden within layers of ancient ice, researchers uncovered viruses that had been trapped for tens of thousands of years. These are now known as Ancient Siberian Viruses. What makes this discovery so surprising is that some of these viruses were not dead. They were still capable of becoming active again. In controlled laboratory conditions, scientists were able to revive certain samples, proving that these microorganisms had remained preserved in the ice for thousands of years. The extreme cold of the permafrost acted like a natural freezer, protecting them from decay. While the revived viruses studied so far are not harmful to humans, the discovery has raised serious concerns. As global temperatures rise and ice begins to melt, there is a possibility that other ancient microorganisms could be released back into the environment. Some of these could be completely unknown to modern science. This has led researchers to closely monitor melting regions in the Arctic, because what else might still be hidden beneath the ice remains uncertain. In one of the coldest places on Earth, a strange and unsettling sight emerges from the ice. Flowing from a glacier in Antarctica is a deep red liquid that looks almost like blood. This phenomenon is known as blood falls. At first glance, it appears as though something unnatural is seeping out from within the ice. For years, early explorers were confused by what they were seeing. Some even believed it could be a sign of unknown life forms hidden beneath the glacier. But scientists eventually uncovered the true explanation. The red color comes from water that is rich in iron. When this iron-heavy water reaches the surface and comes into contact with oxygen, it undergoes a chemical reaction that turns it a dark red color. What makes this even more fascinating is where the water comes from. It flows from a hidden subglacial lake that has been sealed off from the outside world for millions of years. Inside this isolated environment, microbes have survived without sunlight, using chemical reactions to sustain life. Even today, Blood Falls remains one of the most unusual and visually striking discoveries found in ice, and it continues to offer insight into how life can exist in extreme conditions.